Why, hello there, everybody. This is Cecil bringing to you guys audio commentary. Audio commentary. I still think it's 2004. Number 40! We are at commentary number 40. Guys, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to be doing a Zerg versus Protoss game today, and I figured, hey, for number 40, since it's a significant number, I guess, we're going to actually do a game on my own, and I'm going to walk through some of my own stuff. And I like to usually keep it 50-50 between my own games and other people's games, so that's what it's going to be. So, I'm going to go straight over to the game right now. Ta-da! Oh, look at that. It's all paused and ready to go. Just started this bad boy up. Y'all are familiar with this super awesome map that just snakes all the hell around here. That's great. That's awesome. I love it. So let's start introducing the players. Now, Medic, he is actually a fine gentleman who I have played before in many, many games. This is about the 4th time? He's watching the stream right now as I record this live. He's always really well-mannered. He's awesome. So I had to do this, and he, told him, hey, is it cool if I could do this commentary? And he is fine with that. So we agreed we're going to have a good game. He wants a good game, and I want it too. So let's not be coy here. We both know what we want. We're gonna get it. So here we go. Let's start this off. Now, for those of you who have been tuning into the stream recently, you have been seeing some commentaries of the Muslims games. Those are kind of cool. So basically what we're going to be doing is modeling our strategy off of that. So if you Zerg players, listen up, because you're going to follow his strategy a little bit. Teaches you to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit, because players tend to be lazy. I'm not seeing all these crazy plays that we saw about a year ago, so hopefully this will give you guys a little push, just a little bit, to keep this thing going. So here we go. I scout this out, going over to my vision. Here's what's going on. Around 15, 16, that's when I go for my spawning pool. I look down here, say, okay, yep, he's gonna try to go for a lovely little thing there. What? I knew it. I block his own stuff here. He was ready to go for that. But yeah, I canceled, and for about 100, about 75 to place the Evo chamber, and about 25 is what you do not get back off of your refund. So about 100 is what you get. Place an Evo chamber down there and massively delay him from getting his Nexus, and in the meantime, I get my hatchery down. So I just get a little bit of an advantage. Let's check the economy for a little bit. Even. So, yeah, he spent that time, he's got a little bit of Chrono Boost energy stored up and ready to go, and I'm to assume he might be going some ground level. So, okay, that's fine. He's taking that out, it's adding more and more time, delaying. All in the meantime, just remember, when you do cancel out his opportunity to spend 400 minerals, please check behind little areas back here, and I'll turn the music on for you guys, too. Yeah, so he gets a bunch of minerals. Good opportunity for them to get their little cannons behind your base, so please be cognizant of that. And once you see them go for their expansion, take a good click around. Okay, we noticed Cybernetics Core, that's great. He's going for the standard opening. Then he gets his Nexus, and have an Overlord to prove it in a little bit. But once he gets that, I mean, I'm already working on my next expansion as he's just trying to get that out there. One thing to note, double gas. But I won't know that yet. So, okay, a lot of little silly shenanigans going on. The Muslim usually doesn't do the thing that I did right there. But it's a nice little trick that you guys can do for those of you who saw that for the first time. I'll go over it really quick with you while we wait for some buildings to construct and upgrades to go through. Yeah, once you put the hatchery down, as soon as you hit escape and cancel it, there's a little patch of creep about that size that's only there for a brief moment, and you just hit BB really quick, hit the location, you can construct a unit there. You can construct anything you want, but the cheapest thing and the most obnoxious thing that'll spawn a bunch of broodlings, yeah, is that Evo chamber. Now, just when this, it was at about the halfway mark, this third that I was talking about, I went ahead and got these double gas. So why did I get double gas? First off, to get myself some Zergling speed, and then eventually moving over to Banelings, I believe. But keeping a good eye out here. Now, here's what I see. I see an upgrade going on, that's great. I can see that he's getting stalkers, so he's starting to get a force up. I can see that, okay, he's trying to time in an upgrade there. Perhaps he's trying to, whoa, he's getting the chrono boost out there. So, okay, reading a little bit just from seeing this, so that's great. In the meantime, yep, sure, as we have seen in other builds of this similar kind, gateways into the base here. I see him bringing the probe out, so, I mean, Overlord saw all that happen. He was the witness to it. So there we go, that's going to chase that down. And I have this Overlord in a little spot right here. This is a spot that a lot of Protoss players love to place their pylons down, and other little areas like here. And I notice that, okay, yeah, he is coming around, and speed is just about done. And I see that pylon going down there, so I gotta, yeah, I need to get ready. Baneling Nest is down, as I promised you guys it would be. So here we go, just trying to whittle down that Stalker for a little bit. Delay, because I need to have time to hatch these. Just these 4 can kill out a huge block of Zealots, and I'm going to get speed very soon, and there we go. A bunch of Zealots come down there, I'm very happy. I focused down the Stalker, but I realized it's a little bit in too deep. There we go, I'm able to get up there, Surprise comes out there, he separates all of his Zealots. Now that's huge. Even if he separates them to avoid the Banelings, what he's doing there is enabling a complete surround on all of his Zealots. It's a lose-lose situation for him when he does that. Big surround on the Zealots, or all the Zealots died. So the best situation that Medic could have taken was, well, what he did there. So he committed to that attack, and, well, with, you know, no knowledge of these Banelings, it had to be thwarted for now. But, I mean, he didn't put too much into it. Yeah, he did dump about 6 Zealots into that attack. But now I have free reign around the map. So, you got a bunch of Lings, right? You have free reign to go around the map. Well, first things first, stop them from getting any kind of third expansion. And, well, geez, I got a lot of Lings out there. Wouldn't it be cool if I can Baneling bust this? I mean, I can send Banelings, hell, straight into his forge. I can stop his upgrades. That would be cool. I know he's going for upgrades. I've got the Overlord. So that's cool. Let's look over in Medic's base just a little bit more. We have the Twilight Council going down, the robotics facility. I have an Overlord ready to scout that out. So Twilight Council, that's a really good answer to especially what I'm doing soon. But there we go. He catches sight of the Banelings, so naturally, yeah, there we go. He's getting in a few more sentries, and then boom, busted down that warp gate. And I figured, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to at least kill that warp gate, slow him down just a little bit, open him up even more. And here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna force him to make a lot more sentries here, trying to milk out a few force fields, make him waste a couple of them. He's doing a really good job at calling me out on trying to do that. But I gotta be careful. Look, I mean, he's got those upgrades. I can see with this Overlord here that, yep, he has plenty of energy. He can block off another wave of Banelings, so I gotta be careful. I can't get too careless with that. Instead, I'm gonna go ahead and stop him from getting any kind of third expansion. He's forced to wall that off. I say, okay, that's fine. It's wise that I didn't go a whole bunch of Banelings. He's got his Observer out and ready to go. So that's the story of Medic's base right now. Let's go over to my base. We can give you guys a little bit more information. All in the meantime, I'm trying to drone up. Drone. At about 70 drones right now as compared to his 46. He had to spend a little bit of extra money to defend against, you know, what seemed like a Baneling push straight into his base. But I noticed he had a ton of sentries ready to stop that from happening. There we go, keeping control of the situation and just gaining economy on him. Going back to the base, starting to work on upgrades. I'm working on Overlord speed and the sacks. So how about that? They're getting sex. So there we go. Yep. Cancelled. And I figured I'd stir the beehive a little bit. And yeah, he'll be ready to go there. Some Zerg players that I've seen, when that happens, when they, you know, stir the hive and make him stick his neck out, really good things that I've seen on this map. I've seen a complete surround. When he goes out here to try to stop the second attempt, you know, surround here with Lings, put some Banelings in there, go right there. But if I was going to make my attack, I really wanted to make it happen. See, I am getting the Lings right now, but I realized, yeah, I really want to be able to drop some of these guys to So the upgrades are just starting to come in, but yeah, he's already sending his guys out there, and I don't pay attention, and I lose about half of those lings. So he's happy to see those go, but his upgrades are delayed. I like it. Brilliant. Yeah, yep. Slightly delayed, and he will get this up here. And all in the meanwhile, let's check out economy just a little bit more. Getting close to 80, starting to get up at that number where not going to make much more. There we go, the roaches are coming out. Upgrades are about to commence once more, because I really want to get at least level 2 on my melee attack. What does that do? Really, it makes it to where once you drop these Baneling bombs into his stuff, it gets really, really vicious. Especially in the midst of all these stalkers, gets really, really nasty, and it helps equalize, well, he was going to have an armor upgrade, but it helps equalize to that as well. So, there we go. Here's the current situation. That is what we have. The grand face-off right now, and as you see, he is trying to block this off. Very smart move by Medic here. Let's go over to his vision. Really, this is what he sees. He blocks this off even more to stop that pesky little surround from going off there. So he's probably learned that lesson before, obviously, since it prevents that from even happening. Double upgrades going on. Alright, alright. Now he's ready for some roaches. Okay, he's going to make life bad for me if I try to attack just head on. So hopefully these Baneling drops right here will be good for me. Sending in a little bit. I want to send a little frontline buffer, just some more, just to be completely prepared for this attack. I can attack on 2 fronts, but my goodness, if he gets too crazy with these force fields, it might be ugly. In the meantime, back in my base, I am working on some speed for my roaches. I missed the boat for that, so that's going to be a little bit difficult for this fight, because this timed pretty well, because I mean, he's just probing up, doing nothing but that. And I could have the chance to, I should be at around 200 by now. Like I said, learning a build. So I believe this is the part where I opt in for harassment, maybe. We're about to find out. There we go. Slowly approaching the situation. Here's what I see. Yep, I see him running down there, so I say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take this out. As soon as I see these Archons coming down there, I say, score! This is just what I need. I see him running back. I just killed 3 Archons. Perfect. So here we go. All in the meantime, really quick, pause this fight. I know you guys are ready to see some crazy stuff happen. Okay, here is the deal. All of these lings right now are going to completely wipe out his economy there, rendering his third useless for a couple of minutes until he can chrono out all of those probes to fix this problem. I got this little attack going on here, an error that I'm making right now. I need to send these right now down into this ramp. Now, the risk that I have right here is they're all in one ramp. He can just easily pump a bunch of force fields down, but my trump card here lies in all these overlords. Here's his vision. He doesn't know. I could be bluffing it, but yeah, usually not. So here we go. Sending them out there, for those Zerg players who are very unfamiliar with this, if you want to drop it as they move, the hotkey for that is D, and just click the actual unit you want them to drop out of. So here we go. Explain that a little bit. Let's actually let I go through. So there you go. I sliced through the back line there. All the zealots are out, but I'm fine with that. I have some roaches, but I mean, really, I dealt a ton of damage. If this attack, if we just trade faces, and there we go, I took out his expansion, that's great. I took out a lot of stalkers. I took out a whole lot of stalkers. And there we go. I'm fine with this. I killed 3 Archons. That is incredible. He put a lot of resources into that. So that little fight there, he missed the force fields there, but no matter, because those roaches were killed in just that duration anyways. So the Banelings are what really equalize that fight. So there we go. He's going to continue on with some Archons. Yep, there we go. Archons come out. So, okay, you see him make Archon soccer there. Look at that. So you see the player, okay, making a bunch of Archons. He's really boosting up his upgrades a little bit. Your best solution, you got to go for roaches because I mean they're just going to one-shot lings no matter what. 43 damage, yeah, that's going to fry those suckers. So you want something that will be able to take 2-3 times more more attacks. Those are roaches, but it just makes it very difficult for you because you've got a bunch of stalkers. So he can tailor his army to go completely against roaches, and you're really stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'm going to continue to try to mess with his head a little bit, with a little couple Baneling drops. He went for that expansion. I gotta let it go. It just came out. I've got larva down there. If I really want to continue it, that's fine. He's starting his new base over there. Back in his base, nothing too crazy. Yep. So, okay. Yeah, this expansion's out there as well, but I'm just trying to get to Tier 3 and get all of the cool stuff that I can get out of that. Ultralisks, I'm not going to go too crazy on those. I'm just, just having the hooks installed just so, hey, if I need to switch over to Ultralisks, if he goes for a complete tech switch, I can counter that switch as well. But, yeah, Ultralisks really won't do well against something like this. I mean, Archons do incredible damage to Ultras, and until the next expansion, it's going to be pretty difficult to even get into his army like that. So, he's a fan of Desro. There we go. So I am locked and loaded, ready to go. He stopped that. I brought that back, no problem. Getting the drone. Okay, so we're kind of at a standoff here. I'm ahead on supply, but I really want to make this a Tier 3 fight in my favor. I really don't want to get involved in this just yet, but if I do get ultras, I believe I wanted to get just a few, like 2 or 3, in doing so, because yeah, I can block some of the force fields, but I got to be smart with it. I can't make too many ultras and block my own army. And yeah, there we go. I'm getting ultras. It's like I know what's gonna happen. Alright, so here we go. I see an opportunity. He's stuck a little bit. If he does, lay the ground with force fields, that's fine. I can just burrow into the ground, go straight underneath them. Gotta be careful here. He can fry these overlords very, very quick, so I drop the Banelings out there. Now look at what this does to him. He split his army way the hell away. He had to run these out the way, because these zealots would have been turned to green goop. This is all I'm fighting. All of these guys are fighting just a couple of Archons, Sentries, just a little hodgepodge of Protoss stuff, and really back here is where I just fried a bunch of Stonkers. So I split his army in 3 ways. So effectively, I just temporarily, just for this moment, this very important moment, I just, by numbers and math alone, I killed 2/3 of his army. He sent a nice little chunk up there, a nice little chunk up there, and that's all. That's all I was fighting. So just that little move right there of bringing out those overlords with the Banelings, it was huge, because units not attacking at all are registered. You can register those as dead units. They're doing nothing bad to you until they attack you. Okay, so going underneath all that stuff, running forward, doing all that. So in the meantime, yep, I have expansions that are just about to come up here. He's just about to, he's mainly focusing on that, staying alive. So here we go. Getting a little too careless here. Here's what I'm doing. Yep, Stalker's coming out, and trying to pick a few off here, but yeah, that can get really gross, because you can just keep warping them in, so I'm going to be careful. I figured, now, with not as much as a front line, I can get some ultras. I figure, hey, these Archons are really expensive, and by the looks of his army, he really isn't able to replenish just as fast. So I'm gonna try to get a one-up on him there. Yeah, he's got complete sight of my base, dude. Let's go over to the next division. Here's what we have. He sees that's coming out there.
Mineral field depleted.
Ooh, could get nasty. But here's the length of his, here's what he controls. His one base is dying out. This is getting pretty close here. Only 100 something on each mineral field, so that's fine. Elsewhere, I mean, his only real source of income lies on that little spot right there. So it's going to be cool to see how this really turns out. So, setting in a little attack squad here to stop that from happening, going for cracklings soon. Now, why didn't I go for Broodlords? By this point, I wanted to at least just kind of stick to the Ultra game just for a little bit because Broodlords aren't as mobile, and I really wanted to be able to protect these a little bit faster. Because right now we're playing a little game of economics. Who can hold the expansions as long, as they can? Who can get up a nice little money reserve? Because once we go 200-200 and trade into each other, whoever can restore themselves the quickest will win. So I'm really just treading very ever so cautiously here. I'm getting close to that 200 mark, aren't I? Yikes. Alright, so how about this? Let's speed this up a little bit. Got the Bro Lords going slow. Slow and steady. Alright. So he's got to realize, I gotta get an expansion, but yeah, he's got a little burrowed ling. Excellent. And yeah, he's just on this. Got a sneaky little passageway there. Alright, so yeah, that's going down. Yeah, not too butthurt over it. It really wasn't that crazy anyways. Alright, so, a couple things going on at once. This is going to head straight into him. Ultralisks are going to frontline it. Good deal. Here's what I'm doing. I am going to try to fake this out here. I do have a bunch of overlords just being there. He doesn't know. I do have them spreading creep, so that makes maneuverability a little bit easier in battle. Back over here, I have just a few Broodlords, not too many. Attack speed did go up for these lings, so I'm going to send about half of this to scrape this up, and the other half scrape up the main base. So he's got a lot to worry about. If he wants to no longer produce an army to keep this fight up, this is the position that I've kind of put him in. He's got to save his base, so he's got to spawn some units back into his base. Well, that's leaving units out into the front right here, so I really got to make this fight happen, because if I win this fight, this expansion goes down, and that is the game I can win. So here we go. That's going a little bit delayed. There we go. That goes into the attack. I just sent my guys over there. Ling's doing their thing, and in the meantime, yep, there we go. He's freaking out a little bit. He's sending his units back. They can run just a little bit more. And these Broodlords, yeah, they're pulling out their damage. The main thing I'm happy to see is that these lings are just tearing his main base apart. But what does that mean? Because, I've gimped him, no matter what the outcome of this would be, he would be gimped. Since I have gimped him, oh, wow, I took that out before. He's got to go straight into my base. Well, now hold on just a second there. I'm kind of in trouble because he can take this out just as quick. So I got to play it safe here. And I can't really go into his base because look what he's doing here. Now he mentioned after the game that I'm not sure if that was a wise idea for me to keep Archons back here and not into the fight. But this stopped my lings from even doing a thing to this. So this is his all-in. It's now or never, and he does that right to the face of a bunch of spine crawlers, but he does a really good job at cleaning that up very quickly. There we go, so he's going to take that out. I'm more or less accepted that this is going to go down, because these mineral fields only have like 100 minerals left in them, so that's fine. Delay, delay, delay. Take out what I can back here, and I realize, okay, yeah, there's no way he can be there, no way he can be there, and no way he can be there. So what do I gotta do? I gotta make this happen. Oh my goodness. I really gotta stay behind these little things here. I've never been so happy to have Evo Chambers on the ground here. The title of this should be I Love Evo Chambers, because I pulled that shit off over there too. But yeah, the Zealots really were plugged in there. I don't want to have the same thing happen but against me. First things first, I take out the Immortals. They do the most damage, followed by the Archons, and I just continue with that. But see what I'm talking about here? I can't even pursue to kill the rest of that expansion. But, yeah, really down to the wire there. Ultras are my best bet for taking the rest of them out. But, I mean, look at what I got. That's it. I'm only making one base out of this. So this, if he lets that, you know, if I let that trample over me, I'm finished. Damn, recover quick enough. There we go. Managed to take that out, and wow. Very good game, Medic. So yeah, just wanted to give the guy a shout out. Very well-mannered player. And yep, there we go. We do have the GG going on. So yep, that's it. Commentary number 40. So thank you very much for tuning in. This will be what's the next one I'll do? I might actually do the next commentary on the game that I did this strategy off of. So yeah, definitely want to stick around for that. So thank you very much, guys. For those of you on the stream right now that are tuning in and watching, stay tuned in because we're going to still do more stuff tonight. And for those of you watching this recording on YouTube, if you want to watch the stream, well, check out the information of this video. I'll put all the links and stuff in there if you haven't discovered them already over here. So thank you very much. Take it easy, guys.